Yo, what's up? It's Ben MG Scully knocking out another video. My fight with Harley, I done yesterday. If you haven't seen it, there's a link in the description to go watch it. It's one hell of a fight. And just so, because I'm going to be talking about this fight now, I would recommend you watch that before watching this. I'm going to give you 3 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the people who have seen the fight, hello, welcome to the video. I hope you all enjoyed the fight. I thought it was a really, really entertaining fight. Out of all the YouTube fights that I think have happened, especially on my channel, that was by far the most, entertaining and most action-packed, 100%. And I'm just glad I could be a part of it and be the person to put this on my channel as well. Out of anybody who could have a fight like that, I'm glad it's on my channel of all places. And first thing I want to say is I'm okay. I know I took a lot of punches. I got a little bit of damage there, little bruise, marks on my nose, nothing crazy. I did have a thin lip, another one on the lip. I've got a bit of marks on my arms as well. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Actually, no, I'll put a picture of there of my arms. You know, not too great, but honestly, the arms are the worst part, because it's like any time a bit of clothing touched it, especially yesterday when the fight happened, it was quite, irritating. It wasn't necessarily painful, but it was irritating of all things. On my face, you know when you have a bruise and you touch it and it hurts? That's my entire face right now. So yeah, it's that's what happens when you have a fight, especially when you have 6 3-minute rounds, and they're hard rounds too. But yeah, I want to say I'm okay. I'm in good spirits. I'm happy I done the fight. And another thing is respect to Harley. The kid came to fight, and I'll always say this about Harley, is that he can't box, but he can fight. And that's exactly what he done yesterday. And I knew that he was gonna just try and get in my face and apply pressure. If I tried to box, and I realised that's what Niall, I think, tried doing against Harley, is boxing and looking good. But then Harley just thought, screw that, and just went at him. It's the same reason why KSI beat Logan Paul on their second match, is that Logan wanted to box, but KSI came to fight, and even though Logan Paul was the better boxer, KSI was the way better fighter. And I think that's what you saw yesterday with me and Harley. I'm obviously the better boxer. I caught him with, for the amount of punches I landed, I definitely landed a good amount with them clean, whereas the amount of punches Harley landed, not as many were clean. I don't know how many the numbers are exactly. It's a long fight, and there's a lot of action, so I haven't counted up the punch stats just yet. But I've counted up mine. I know that I threw 251 shots in 6 rounds, and I landed 101 of them. Whether or not they were very damaging or not, I haven't really counted that. If they hit the target and they're, and they don't miss and they look okay, then yeah, I count that as a scoring shot. Whether or not it's like a hard shot or if it's like a cheeky one in the clinch, as long as the shot isn't illegal, then I count that. Like I said, I hit him with basically 100 shots up 250, and yeah, what a fight. I mean, I'm just so glad I could be part of that, and like I said, I'm just glad it's on my channel of all places. I hope you all enjoyed the fight. Obviously, as you all probably have judged yourself, I think I lost the fight, but honestly, it's not on camera because it wasn't in the footage, but anybody who went to the fight, they, literally 30 seconds after, because I give Harley a hug, I spit out the blood that's in my mouth, I take my mouthpiece out, I think I take my glove off too, and I just say, oh, it was fun. And yes, that's the main point about having these fights, is that, win, lose or draw, it's cool to win, it's cool to have exciting fights. Of course, after I beat Sam, I was happy, but I just wanted more of an action-packed fight. I wanted a fight where if I hit someone, they were gonna just bring the heat and bring the fire. And especially after Niall fought Harley and I saw how Harley fought, I thought, you know what, if I fought him, I feel like, especially if we hype it up and get people excited for it, and we have, we see if we talk crap or not, we see if we talk trash, we'll see what can happen. And I feel like if we put on a show for you guys, and like I said, I'm just glad I could be a part of it, even though I took a good amount of hits. I mean, I feel like I look okay. I've seen people after 6 rounds look worse than I do, but especially no head guards. And all my days, there was a shot he hits me with in the first round. I'll put it here. It was a really good, like, it wasn't a 3-punch combo, but it was 4 punches he threw, and 3 of them hit me. And I think the second and third shots, they were good. I felt the impact of them. I think the third one, like, was like, whoa. It was like when like a shock goes through your body when you get hit. I wasn't like off balance or anything, and I wasn't rocked, and I wasn't gonna go down, but like, it was a good shot. The kid can hit, in all fairness, and he's fast as well, especially in the later rounds. I don't know why I got so tired, because I've sparred 6 rounds. I literally sparred 6 rounds without being exhausted, like 2 days before the spar, literally 3 days ago from the day of recording. And I done pretty well, but like after 2 rounds against Harley, sorry, I don't know what it was, but like I did notice he was putting his gloves on mine and kind of pulling it, like not necessarily pulling it down because that's illegal, but like he did do it sometimes, but he was mainly just putting his a bit of weight on my hands. And because I got quite small arms, holding my hands up like that, like, isn't something I normally do. Mainly because my arms normally get tired if I do that, especially for that amount of time. Like, I was doing that a lot. That's where these came from on my forehead, because my knuckles were here on my gloves, and every time you hit my hands, it would shuffle. That even hurts me doing that. But like, my hands would shuffle on my head, and that's like kind of it's like kind of, as you can see, it's grazed my forehead. So that's not even from Harley, that's from me. I think that's from Harley. My nose is from Harley. That's from Harley. I don't even know if I think that's a spot, oh well. My lip is from Harley. Obviously the things I got on my arms are from Harley then as well. Mainly the Velcro from the inside the clinch, but hey, that's just how it is, isn't it? I didn't even realise till after the fight. I guess you don't look at that, do you? You think more, it's because you're like tunnel vision. But yeah, it was a really good fight. I know I keep saying that, but people have been asking me, like, keep it up, I love the fight, keep doing it, and I say, like, thanks a lot, and I obviously appreciate all the support, and, I'm gonna keep doing the boxing and, doing these little spars here and there, but in terms of these, like, field fights, so I've called them, there's a new playlist I've got on my channel now called Field Fights, where, actually, I think they just call them boxing matches, because I've got the 3 field fights now, and I've got my original boxing match with Nile Rudge in there as well. So I've got all 4 of my boxing matches that are on YouTube. So I've got the one with Nile Rudge in January 2019. I've got the fight with Mark Boswell in May, and then I've got both my fights with Sam Burnham and Harley now that I've had in June. They're all in a little playlist now, so you guys could binge watch my fights if you were up for that. But I don't know how you would be, but if you were, then cheers. But yeah, like, I don't know if I wanna keep doing these field fights, especially this often. Coming right off a win against Sam, and then literally like a week later, or like a week and a half later, organising another fight with Harley. I feel like I didn't give myself enough preparation time to prepare for Harley as an opponent, because the way I thought I would need to beat Harley is way different to the way I would think I would need to beat Sam, or the way I was when I beat Sam. I had to change my style a lot, and in the early rounds it was alright, but as time went on, obviously I wasn't used to that style, so that style started tiring me out because it was different. Obviously, me holding my hands up, there was mistakes I was making. I wasn't throwing enough straight shots. I'm 6'1", Harley's about 5'9", so I should have been throwing more straight shots because of my reach and because of my height, but I wasn't, especially in the later rounds because I was tired. But I definitely should have been doing it more in the early rounds, even when I still had energy, I wasn't doing it. But yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect performance, and like, Harley's work rate was something that was really hard for me to deal with. Was he would sometimes just chill for about 10 seconds and relax, and he would not do a great deal, little cheeky punches, and then bang, 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 and he'd throw like sometimes between 5 and 10 shots, like sometimes hard ones too, and he would just go for it. And it's sometimes hard to know what to do in that situation, because naturally my instinct is to say, cover up. So that's what I done most of the time. But something we drilled was that because we knew he was going to do that, was to, when he takes breaks, put it on him. So then we would have our moments when he's trying to relax and trying to take his break and get his breath back, because obviously throwing 10 punches in a row takes a bit of energy for a bit. So I thought, while he's trying to have a rest in the middle of the round, go for it. And I tried it a couple times early on, but obviously as I got tired, it made it really hard for me to do that. So I kind of like started looking for individual shots that I could bang, just hurt him with, keep him away from me, trying to say, don't come near me or I'm going to hit you hard. But as time went on, I did have him with some good ones. I mean, there's a good edge shot I have him with in round 2 over there. There's a really good body shot I hit him with that, looks like it has a bit of an effect on him. But, yeah, it's, like I said, I had him with some good shots, but as time went on, I lost the speed. I still had the power, which was a surprise, because I'm normally someone who needs the speed to get the power. But I just lost so much speed from getting tired against Harley that it was hard for me to get him with a good shot, especially if he could see it. There was one I have him with, I'll put it by you, where I put my head on his shoulder, and then I pull my head back and swing, so he couldn't see the shot but until it hit him, and I think that was a good shot. But yeah, it was really hard fighting him, because it's a tricky matchup anyway because of how wild he is, but also because you can't really train for that. You just have to train yourself to be able to deal with it as well as you can, so then you can do what you've trained yourself to do. You can't really train yourself, okay, so when he does, he likes to do this, so when he does this, we do that. Because you don't know what he's going to do. Because Harley isn't necessarily a boxer, he's like a fighter, clearly, with his style. It's like, sometimes I don't think he plans ahead. So, which I'll be honest, I think he'll agree as well. He would just, if he wants to throw a 6-punch combo, he's gonna throw a 6-punch combo whether it's good or not. You know what I mean? And in all fairness, he done a good job of it. But like, I don't think he plans ahead. Like, I'll plan ahead. So like, if I see an opening, I'm gonna go, oh, when he throws that shot, he leaves this part of him open. So when he does it again, I'm gonna hit him. Like, I'll plan ahead and I'll look for counters or whatever. I'll look for openings. I don't think he does that. But, like I said, he doesn't plan ahead. So it's like, how can I prepare for him to do something if he isn't even preparing to do something himself? It's like, how am I supposed to know what he's doing if he doesn't always know what he's doing himself? So it's really hard to work someone out like that, because when you go to a boxing gym, they teach you to do certain things. And they teach you different tendencies to stick to, but if you do it enough and you do it often enough, you do sometimes get predictable, and people can catch you out on them if you're doing something all the time, and they can counter you. But because he'd never been taught to do something that a boxer would do, it was hard for me to, try and time him on stuff, other than just realizing in the moment that he's missed a shot and hitting him then. So it was really hard, but it was a really good fight, and once again, respect to Harley. Well done on the dub at the end of the day, and I'm just glad I could put a show on, because win, lose or draw, I love doing these fights, and I'm glad you guys can watch along with these fights when they happen. And I'm surprised that many of you were watching the premiere yesterday as well. I swear I saw up to about 20 people watching it when it was going live for the first time, and the comments on it, I've had no crap off anybody. Like, when I lost to Nile Rudge 2.5 years ago, I lost and I wasn't happy with my performance because I didn't give it everything I could, and I didn't necessarily fight back or anything like that. So I had a bit of crap. I was like, oh, you suck, man, you can't really box and whatever, stuff like that, but I never had that. I haven't had that since I fought Harley now, because I gave it everything, and it was a fight. It was a good fight, so you can't really complain about that, can you? I mean, obviously I can complain about my performance, but as an outsider, at the end of the day, it was a good fight. I got hit with a lot of shots, and I think I proved my toughness yesterday, because I got hit with some shots against Niall, had a head guard on. I got hit with some shots against Mark, but there wasn't many combos he had me with. He was like one big shot at a time, boom, and then a couple seconds, and then like 10 seconds, 20 seconds later, boom. You know, it was like that, one shot at a time. So I never really, you know, even though Harley wasn't like, he didn't put me in too much trouble at one point. Whereas Harley, when he was swinging big shot after big shot, and especially when I got hit with like 3 of those big shots in the end of round 1, I think I proved to a lot of people that I can take a shot. I'm not just a pretty face, you know, if you think I have a pretty face anyway. But like, you know, I may not look like someone who you would think to be a tough guy, but I think I proved to people that there's more to me than the meets the eye. But yeah, you know, I hope I done you all proud. I hope you're all happy with the fight. I hope you all enjoyed the fight, and we'll see what happens in the future. I know I called out Connor Jones after I beat Sam, but we'll see what happens with that, because it's a tricky one, because if I do fight him, it's not going to be for a while, and doing 6 3-minute rounds is quite taxing. I mean, I fought Harley just over 24 hours ago, and obviously I'm still feeling, you know, soreness on my face, on my arms, on my back, on my neck, you know, and it's like, you know, when you train and you feel really sore the next day, it's like that, but twice as bad, because the amount of times I got hit and the force I felt on my face from all the punches, my obviously my neck and my shoulders had to tighten to prepare for it, and the amount of times they had to do it, it's like they're still tight. But yeah, I'm sure Harley has some kind of soreness today, because I hit him with I hit him with about 100 shots. Not all of them are massive shots, obviously, but like at least like 30-40 good shots. They're good shots as well. So I'm sure he's feeling some kind of soreness today, but probably not as bad as me, because he's definitely hit me with more shots than I hit him with, and his work rate was something else. So nothing but respect to the guy, and you know, I'm glad we could have a hug after, like, you know what I mean, because we gave it everything in there. And once again, I just want to say thank you all as well. Oh yeah, almost forgot to mention, we hit 100 subs. Thank you all, everyone. That's amazing. I mean, I think let's get a bit of a round of applause in there. I mean, I'm so happy for that. I mean, I swear, like, plenty of channels. I swear PewDiePie took like over a year to get his first 100 subs. So the fact that we could do it in, well, today, as the day of filming now, it is June 24th. My first video was January 26th. So in 2 days, it'll be 5 months since my first video. And, you know, the fact that we could get 100 subs. And 2 of those months, I weren't even active on YouTube either. So only just under 3 months of good activity on YouTube to get 100 subs. It's amazing. And, like, you know, I thank every single one of you people who watch, like, subscribe, comment, and you know, like I said, I want to keep giving you guys good content, and I want to keep giving you guys content that, you know, you all enjoy, but isn't obviously, like, you know, I've done a lot of boxing recently. My next video won't be about boxing, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. I know I've done a lot of boxing stuff recently, and you guys seem to like it, but I want to appeal to a bit more people, so I will broaden my my portfolio a little bit as time goes on, which I did at the beginning of my channel. But yeah, you know, there will be more to my channel than just boxing, I promise you that. But, you know, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. 100, I think as I'm recording this video, I got 101 now. So, you know, I've grown so much, like, literally in the last day. I think I've gained about 10 subs since yesterday, because I hit 100, like, about 2 hours ago. Already got a new sub as the time of recording this. And, you know, I just want to say thank you all, and if you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you could either click down here if you're on PC, click here if you're on a phone, and I'd love it if you could subscribe, because every bit of support I get for this channel is greatly appreciated, and I'm loving the way this channel is going right now, and I just want to keep this ball rolling, and I hope you guys can be there along here with me. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys soon. BenMG Scully is out.